Friends, welcome. Let's start our live stream about VWAP, how you can use it together with volume profile, with OrderFlow. Let's invite all of you. Let me sense that our stream already started. What would be magic of the stream? Firstly, there would be a lot of practical examples that will help you understand how to use VWAP. I will share with you by real trades. I prepared for you here a list of real trades that we took where I used VWAP, and you will understand after this why VWAP really matter and how to use it. At this moment, what I ask you to do, write few words about your audio video quality. Give me also additional few seconds to write to our people that we started. We started. Okay. Write friends into a chat about audio video quality. That's really important. And let's go on. Let me start sharing my screen. Everything is good. And why it shows to me that this video is private? Let me check. Let me check one moment, please. All good. Public. Everything is public. Why it does not show? Okay. Somehow StreamYard does not work really so well. Okay, good. Okay, let's start about VWAP. Tell me, how many of you know what's a VWAP? Okay, let's open Canva. While I share it for you, skip. How many of you know what's VWAP? Marcus, what to do with BNB now? Good. Okay, good. I came back. Some problems with internet. Sometimes it's freeze. It's okay. We have sometimes this reconnections. Okay, let me explain to you all of this stuff about VWAP and for you to understand how to work with all of these tools. VWAP quite often when you do analysis, you see something like this on a chart. Let me open trading view and explain to you exactly how to use it and how it works. Example for you at this moment, like right now, we can start VWAP, like anchor VWAP, and you can see this line on a chart. Some of you would tell me, tell me that Yuri, what this line means. This line means average traded price. Why it's so important for us? Let me show to you this picture. It's better. It's important for us because it shows to you the biggest amount of coins were traded during the day. And it shows to us areas where institutional investors will start using it in the future. Guys, you hear me well? Write plus into a chat if you see me well and hear me well at this moment. At this moment in front of you, you can see VWAP of VWAP indicator of DIDEX. Let's open VWAP beta of BTC. One moment, it's uploading. Volume weighted average price. Yes, major idea, it is average. How it calculates. If some of you would like example for you, let me connect all of this stuff. Okay, good. How it calculates and why VWAP matter. When we do trades, for example, imagine you bought 100 coins at $10 per coin, and you bought additional 25 coins at $17 per coin. Would it be useful for you to understand what was the average price of your purchase? Would it be useful? I know at this moment it could be a little bit complicated, but I would like you to understand this example. In normal cases, of course, for you it will be really useful because you would understand that VWAP approximately will be at $12, and you will understand that my average price, my average bag is at $12, and at $12 I would be starting buying additional coins, or maybe I will be at break even or something like that. It would be area of my interest. The same with VWAP. It shows to you how value develop through the day. People trade here, and it shows just average price. Why this stuff matter for us, and how we can use uh, we can use VWAP in the future. Guys, share in the comments, friends. Is it clear for you how VWAP works, or you would like me to explain to you way deeper? It just calculate, it's add all coins together and divide by average price and show this line for us. Why is this stuff really matter for us? Because it will show to us how value develop through the deeper place. Good. Deeper or go on? Okay. Deeper, let's do deeper. Let's cover this stuff. Deeper, okay. When you, every person, when we do trades in some period. And why VWAP really cool thing for us? It shows to us where people bought average. What does this mean? Imagine we have BTC. Let's do BTC example. You bought one BTC at 8,000 per coin. Also, you bought 15 BTC at 10,000 per coin. And you bought 4 BTC at 14,000 per coin. What VWAP do for you? VWAP you also can use together with you, because let me show to you simple math. What will be the VWAP in this current example when you bought such amount of coins at $1, 15 coins at 10,000, and 4 coins at 14? VWAP will be approximately nearly 10,000. It will be slightly above 10,000. Why this stuff will be matter for us? Because in the future, for you, that price will be really important. Let me calculate. Let's do simple calculation. Let's do simple calculation, guys. You bought one BTC at 8,000. One BTC at 8,000. Okay, it is 8,000. 15 BTC at 10,000. It is 150. At this moment, I calculate average price in front of you in order for you to understand what is a VWAP at this moment. And you will understand why this stuff important in the future for all other people. After that, for multiply by 14,000, it is 56. 56. What at this moment I do? I add 150 and add 8,000 and divide by 20. Average price at this moment 10,700 in this example. Why is this stuff important for you? Because in the future, when you will open your account and you will see the price of BTC dropped to 10,700, will that level will be matter for you? Tell me, please. You bought some amount of coin here, large amount here, and big amount here, and price came to your average that you have on your balance. Will that level be important for you in the future? Tell me, please. Will you consider that level really important? Will you consider that something really matter for you? Write plus into a chat if you think in the future, if price would come back to your average price, it will be important for you. Write one into a chat, write minus if you think it's no matter. The same, the same works for hedge funds, institutional investors. They use VWAP on a daily basis, and they also, for them, it's also important to see where their average price. And VWAP shows to you the same stuff of a session. Let me show to you an example of this one. What this line means? It means average price where people traded. And often this average price will be important to whole entire market because they understand that there are a lot of people will have their break evens, they will add additional volume or they will quit and get out by break even, something like that. And VWAP means that most of value during this trading session were distributed in this area. What VWAP means for all of us? As you can see on VWAP, it is exactly this line. If you check VWAP, on VWAP we have this line, guys. I know it's a little bit complicated. I try to explain to you as best as possible. That's why be with me. And if something difficult, promise you will tell me that Yuri, please easier, give me better example, something like that. For me, it will be really good feedback. What VWAP means for us? VWAP, it is exactly this line. VWAP, have a look here. When we open this thing, what this stuff means? It is a standard deviation. This standard deviation means that most of volume were traded in the middle of this gray area. VWAP shows the fair value price, the price at which people are trading during the session. Yes, yes. And it is not only trading for the session, it shows where most of volume already traded. And in the future, people will use it to make trading decision because sometimes people will trade outside of VWAP. Because have a look on this picture. You see, do you see VWAP? Imagine that we turn on VWAP and you see this picture. It's nearly the same VWAP, but it looks differently, like volume profile. Here, this line, it is VWAP, and to standard deviation, it is area where most of the volume traded. Most of the volume. In normal cases, it is 60-70% of all entire volume were traded in these areas. Why this stuff will be important for us? Who know why this stuff will be super important for us in the future? Your ideas, guys. Why this stuff will be super important for us? VWAP like a magnet also. VWAP shows to people where opportunity lies in, because I will share with you different type of days. Depend on a trading session, people will use it. as a key areas. Example for you, this VWAP. Let's assume that biggest part of this volume that traded during today's session lay around this gray area, like nearly 70%. If price drops out and you build long position, would you look it as really good bargain for you to take long during this trading session if you know that price that you plan to move price higher? Would it be like, if your average, always compare this to your account. Let's assume you build a big position on BTC and your average on BTC like 27,000. And you truly believe that BTC within several days reach 40K. If Bitcoin at this moment would drop to, for example, 22K, would you add additional coins into your bag? Would you add additional coins into your bag? Write plus into your chat and write minus if not. It depends on a trading day, guys. We have, I will share with you clear, powerful examples for you to understand what to do. Firstly, quite often, as you can see, when price in a range, it moves around VWAP because biggest volume traded in the middle here, and out of biggest part of volume is opportunity for us. Why this stuff matter for us? Because have a look on this picture. On VWAP, we have deviations, and deviations represent the biggest part of volume traded. And have a look here, only 2.1% in most cases, above second deviation minus and second deviation plus. Why does this stuff matter? Because if you know that price will trade today in the middle of this range around this volume profile, in what cases it is better to take a trade? Of course, when price out of value, because in most cases it will go into opposite direction. Let me show to you examples. Soon I will show to you how to use VWAP together with volume profile. When we have center of volume profile here, quite often this volume profile will work as a powerful support resistance. The same as VWAP. Let me show to you real examples. It will be way easier because at this moment, I understand that I explained too hard for you. I prepared for you several examples how we can use VWAP in the future. First, when we trade VWAP, you should remember that we have different type of days. When we trade a trading session, we have next type of days. Let me show to you here. First type of a day, it is balanced day, when price in a range and it moves around VWAP. When price go out from VWAP, in most cases, it will come back into opposite direction. You saw this stuff many times. It calls balanced day. In a day when we have clear trend, in most cases, VWAP will work as a key support or resistance. That's why for you, it's important to identify what day at that moment. Let me show to you real practical examples how VWAP could help you open really accurate trade. Why is it stuff? It's here and here. Okay, good. This one, it is a really beautiful example. Write one into the chat if you see clearly what's on the chart. I know, guys, it's a little bit difficult topic, but okay, have a look. What was a trade here and what was idea here? Price of BNB reached key area. Significant volume entered here on a spot market, and price started breaking major significant size. And have a look here what we did. I took short, and when price reached this standard deviation zone, significant volume started to appear. Someone started buying a lot of coins. As you can see, this one. Because of that, I closed a trade, and have a look what happened after that with this coin. Let me show to you this picture. Exactly here, friends, have a look, exactly here. This, from this area, price reached exactly this opposite area. It shows to you example of rotation. When price moves around VWAP, have a look what they did. They bounced from this -2 area. They reached this +2 area. And after that, again, they reached this -2 area. Do you know why this stuff happened? Why, for example, during this day, price moved around VWAP? Why during this day, VWAP didn't work as a key support and resistance? Who can tell this? I need your ideas, guys. Algorithm work with VWAP more. Yes, algorithm worked with VWAP. Martinus, because of big volume, guys, deeply. Let's do better explanation because somebody sell or buy position. Equal numbers of buyers and sellers, not big players. No, guys, no. When whales build a position and price moves around, like have a look here, 70% of a volume were traded in the middle of these blue lines. If whales build a position, what do they need to do to build a position? They need to get out from value and take stop losses of people, where most of the people set their stop losses. That's why quite often, price, there would be days when price moves around VWAP and price moves into standard deviation zones, and they will play out exactly oppositely because it shows to us rhythm of a market. Why this stuff works? Because as some of you wrote, algorithms, in most cases this stuff used by institutionals because they understand we came into second deviation zone. If you have long time to get out, because most of the volume traded here, because guys in hedge funds will use this stuff to set targets, to use it as a potential entry ideas, and their algo will use these deviation zones because it shows to them how volume distributed. This stuff a little bit complicated because if that would be super easy, everyone would use it, I would say. Let me show to you by other examples how VWAP played out as a key support and resistance. In this case, why VWAP was super useful? Because what we had standard, we had minus second deviation zone. Have a look, price exactly bounced from it and bounced here. And significant volume entered exactly here. For us, it was a good signal to get out from position. And have a look here how I was super lucky. Sadly, I didn't take trade here into this rise and here trade into this drop. Let me show to you some other examples. Long BTC. I did mistake, took a trade, and when I went out from office, I closed it manually. Have a look this one. Another example for you on BTC. Let me Let me make my picture like this one. Why this idea was really beautiful here? Because pay attention on this example. Price retested volume profile. It was exactly retest of this volume profile node. And have a look what happened to BTC on VWAP. I hope it's clearly to see. Whole entire day, price bounce from VWAP. Do you notice the price in a morning bounced from VWAP and here again bounced from VWAP? Do you know why this time it was exactly different than previous day when price moved around? And have a look how from VWAP they bounced so much up. Do you know why this time VWAP played out as a key support? Major reason because guys, because algorithms in the hedge funds, what they did, they just enter a position when price reach VWAP. Quite often, Yaroslav, she ekuta, she ekut. Major reason, guys, why? Yes, it is trend, and major reason because algorithms in a hedge funds, they understand that today price started rise, and what they do simply, their major goal is to buy at pullback, and what they do, they buy at VWAP because it is average price that all entire market use, and quite often people that take short, they will set their targets at VWAP. Algorithms will use a VWAP as a key support or resistance. That's the reason why this stuff works, because it shows to you how value develops through the day. Let's do another example. This one, Dogecoin. Have a look. Beautiful trade. What I show to you, it is based on my trade. This example even better. What happened with Dogecoin? We had clear, powerful trend. As you can see, price pumped. Secondly, here was significant volume area on volume profile. And as you can see, price did what price did. Price exactly retested a VWAP. It was area where people look during that day. Also, have a look. It was close to this key level. And also, during that time at VWAP, someone started buying insane amount of Dogecoin. That's example for you. When you have powerful and trend day, VWAP could work as a powerful and as a dynamic support and resistance. Because sometimes, what's the problem? Sometimes you can see how price, for example, price pumped, and after that it's slowly dropping and you don't have level, something like that. But when you check a VWAP, you often will see areas of deviations where you can take a trade. Have a look on this beautiful retest to VWAP and significant volume exactly at VWAP. That's example for you of a trend day and VWAP as a key support. Another example. Have a look on this area. It was a trade on Ethereum. What price did during this day? Price moved around VWAP at this average traded price during that trading session. And have a look what price did during that trading session. Price did fake rehigh, a lot of buyers trapped, stop losses taken, and after that powerful rise. Quite often you can see how price moves in a range and after that only breaks it. It calls balanced day. When you look at balanced day, what you would see? Have a look on this trade. Beautiful range, beautiful long. And have a look what was here. Where this trade were taken. VWAP were moving around this range. And quite often, before price get out from this range, they will do stop loss hunts. Have a look how they did stop loss hunt here and here. Why this stuff works again? Guys, are you still here? Write plus into the chat if you're still here and you watch this, because topic is really difficult. It is not a trend line, how to build a trend line. It is very serious topic. Honestly, for me, it would be very easy to explain to you how to use some trend lines or key levels. That's the reason why I didn't record a lesson about VWAP for a really big period of time, because it's really a difficult topic. Because what's the major idea of VWAP? VWAP can show to you how value develops through a day. If you can see that VWAP rising, it's a signal of a trend day, and quite often VWAP work as a support. When VWAP flat, it is a signal that we are in a range, and when price get out from second standard deviations, it would be good opportunity to take a trade, because whales, guys, institutionals, when they build a position, they in most cases build their position in the middle of this range. And quite often they understand that most of retails hide their stop losses out of this, and they will try to get out by sharp tails, because most of their position were built exactly here in the middle. And VWAP showed to us, like this example on Ethereum. VWAP showed to us that most of volume, nearly 70%, built in the middle of this gray area. This one, it is additional, like less than 5% of volume were built here and here. What this stuff means? Whales don't have like in those areas, they cannot build really big positions. They can use those areas only for stop loss hunt, because they understand, if, for example, you bought coins here, where would you hide your stop loss? Where would you hide your stop loss? Here, or here, or here. That's why quite often what they do, they would move around and will take your stop loss. And it is areas where in most cases people hide their stop losses. How you can use VWAP in the future for your trades? Let me summarize this stuff. When you know that price comes into a range, you can use VWAP in a center. You can use that standard deviations as areas of your opportunities, because in most cases price would move into those areas to take stop losses of most of the people. That's it. You will use for these purposes. In what case? In a case when price were in a range and range broken, quite often VWAP will work as a key support and resistance. Let me show to you some practical examples. Yaroslav, yes, we will do that lesson in Ukraine. Friends, at this moment, I ask you support to push like and subscribe to this channel. For you, it's free. For me, it's a good signal that what we do really matter for you. If you feel that our content help you, consider subscribe and push like. Let me do some practical examples, additional practical examples. Okay, Ada. Even this example for me was really beautiful. Have a look. Price were in the middle of this range for several days. Here it is a center of volume profile. Let's open this without VWAP. Have a look how Price moved around volume profile and VWAP for so many days. Have a look. And have a look what happened after that. Price broke this volume profile, and have a look how VWAP also were broken, and after that VWAP became as a key support whole entire day. Have a look at this one. Because people that built position in the middle of those range, they started, for them, it is better to support their position when price make a pullback to VWAP. That's example for you. When price gets out from accumulation, VWAP becomes key support or resistance. Have a look at this example. Have a look at this example. Price broke local range, and after that, pay attention how VWAP became key resistance. Because people that build position in the middle of a range, for them it's better to push price into their direction when price come to their average. Guys, write plus into your chat if this one better for you to, if this stuff was a little bit understandable for you, because topic difficult. And I think in the future, to do more lessons about VWAP, because topic really difficult. Let me show to you this example. Guys, is it better when I explain to you by real examples, or it's better to show to you in theory? What's better for you? Real examples when I open trades and show to you how it helped to us to determine direction or not? Lauren, understandable and very helpful. Much thanks. Lauren, happy to help you. Okay, good. Real examples. Good. Okay, let me show to you a deal. Let's do real examples. Before, friends, remind to you that for you, we prepared a free PDF manual about our trading strategy. It will be a first link into description. And if some of you would like to trade personally with me, you can book, we do personal mentoring. You can also book it by this link. Okay, let's do this another practical example. Have a look what happened with BTC. Bitcoin was in the middle of this range. Price failed, did have a look on this fake outs of this range. And have a look what they did. They started squeezing up into this value area. In most cases, it's a signal of breakup. And have a look what during that day became key support for BTC. Pay attention. BTC broke VWAP, and have a look how this day VWAP started key support. Why this stuff was really important? Because some whales started to build a position on BTC, and they turn on algorithms, and their algorithms only started buying BTC at average price. Because why at average for them it was the best to buy? Because if you build position for rise, for you it's better to buy it cheaper, and for you it's better to buy where all people buy together. We have problem with camera. My camera does not. Okay, let me stop. Okay, let's let it be this camera, because my other one might be battery exhausted. Great video, very useful, good. This example, VWAP, price moved from VWAP this day, and after that, even on another day, again, VWAP became key support. Because what happened during that time? They started pushing price really higher. I was unfortunate here because I, by my misclick, closed my this long position. Have a look. I took long exactly at VWAP. And have a look how after that, what they did. At retest, they just added BTC. On another day, have a look. what they did. On another day, price retested VWAP, they continue buying. Price retested VWAP, they again continue buying. We will cover current situation with VWAP. That's why VWAP, once more, as I told you, VWAP can show to you a rhythm of a market. When you see that price in the middle of a range and you understand a direction, you can take trades out of VWAP. That stuff called standard deviations. It's like friends, I came back at this moment, friends. Write plus if you hear me well, see me well. I'm good. Everything is okay. Let me, friends, at this moment, I would like to summarize to you two options how you can use VWAP, two practical tools that you can use. Also, tell me, please, should I share with you these traits as an examples for you how to use a VWAP? Should I share with you all entire list? I have this list. I prepared it. These VWAP examples. What I'll do after this stream, I will publish it in our public lesson and articles here. That's why for all of you right now, join our Discord. After a stream, I will share with you all entire list there. Or even right now, let me share it. VWAP examples in front of you. Here we publish all our free lessons about trading. You will be able to watch all of this. Like right now, I just published, as you can see, this one. Let me delete. Okay, good. I sent you invite link. Okay, let's do a summary for you how you can use a VWAP as a tool in the future. VWAP shows to you where a value lays on, where people traded most of the coins. Why this stuff will be important for you? Because you will use VWAP in the future in two cases. First case, when you see the price in a trend, you will use VWAP as a key support, as a dynamic support and resistance. Second option, where you can use VWAP, if you understand that price in the middle of such some range, VWAP will be a good area for you where you can take potentially trades. That's it. Two options that at this moment I understand how to use VWAP. Let me show to you other examples. Should I share additional examples because I prepared for you? Write one into your chat. Okay. In normal cases, I don't use VWAP on TradingView, Martin. I use it only on a platforms that I use personally. Let me share with you a link to that platform. I use another platform because for me it's important really accurate data, because I saw many times when TradingView took some data that wasn't clear for me. Okay, I do not use VWAP alone. I never use VWAP alone. I never use one single indicator alone. I'll share with you. Yes, I'll share with you. As this example, E 2008 GTG guy. Main reason, we never use any one indicator alone, because one indicator will not give you a whole picture. That's the reason why I use VWAP together with other tools, especially with volume profile. For example, have a look on this idea. Do you guys understand what this stuff means? Because if some of you watched this stream first time, you didn't see our streams before, do you know what this stuff means? Exactly this one. This stuff, it is a level where traded 1,500,000 coins. And what this stuff means? Price of coin already pumped a lot, and someone sold really huge amount of coins at this level. And quite often such levels will work for us as a key support and resistance. I'll share with you another examples. And have a look here. What was my plan that I shared with our club members? It was the plan that I shared here, exactly this one. Retest of this enormous, have a look how this volume really big compared to all other volumes on a chart. This indicator, it is a volume profile. You need to use it only on a proper platform, because if you use this stuff on TradingView, it won't work. I'll share with you by real example. Let me show to you by real example. What should you do, my friend? Here it is that indicator that I showed to you, and here in this video I explained to you where you should watch it. What I recommend you to do, here is this playlist I sent into a chat. Save, and watch after you will understand where to use it. This example, as I showed to you, price of this coin rose quite a lot, and at high you can see significant volume. Quite often, if price rose by 30-40%, you see a significant volume. That volume will work as a key support and resistance. And how we use VWAP together here, you understand what you understand, that this volume key for you as a resistance, and you would like to take short at this volume. What also you have, when price, this picture, it is picture of with VWAP, and you see that price moves around this VWAP and came into this standard deviation zone of resistance. For you, it is additional signal where you can, as a confirmation of a trade. For you, it is additional confirmation to take a trade here. You have significant volume, price rose a lot, you have VWAP that shows to you area of drop. You never use one single indicator alone. Another example for you, because what I share with you, it is my strategy, by the way. I do not share with you all stuff with my strategy. Like, I share with you 80%, because other stuff I share only with our students, and I teach people personally this stuff. And here, have a look on another stuff. It is FIL coin. Have a look, FIL coin. before this coin dropped really a lot, and at this level, huge volume. Have a look how this volume at bottom were so huge compared to all this entire chart. That means in this area, someone bought really big amount of coins. And what we see, and we can see that on another day, it is a chart with VWAP. What you can see here, it is your center of a volume profile, and here you can see that price bounced from -2 deviation into +2 deviation. And if you take trade even here, your stop loss below point of control, you have huge potential. Another example, also what coin? What is this coin? It is also FIL. And have a look how FIL from this significant volume pumped together. Another example for you, FIL coin, have a look. Also huge volume traded here. Price broke this volume. At retest, have a look how price retested this significant volume. And also have a look how during retest, price moved from minus deviation into plus deviation zone. You use VWAP as a confirmation. And have a look how after that, price bounced from this deviation zone into this deviation zone. After from this deviation zone into this red deviation zone. Quite often you will see how price moves around VWAP from these areas. And you will need VWAP to understand a rhythm of a market. In what cases for you it will be way easier to use VWAP? Way easier for you will be to use VWAP in a case when you have some clear breakouts. When you have like this example, let me show to you. This example, this trade on BTC, for you it will be the best example how you can use VWAP. You see that price moves and bounce from VWAP, and you have volume profile, you have clear trend. For you, it is additional confirmation that you can take a trade into trade direction because you have trend, VWAP, volume profile. I never use one indicator alone. You use all of these indicators only together. Okay, friends, let's do final part, additional questions. At this moment, you can ask questions. Some of you, if you are a beginner, what should you do right now? Below this video, there would be a link to a PDF about this strategy. If you first time here, scroll down and here would be this link. Download PDF, learn about this strategy. There also will be recommendation about platforms that you can use. Okay, and let's cover BTC at this moment. While at this moment, I will reply to 3 questions, 3 additional questions I would like to reply, and we are going to finish this stream. What's going on at this moment? Have a look. Have a look how yesterday price bounced from this red area. After that, have a look this red area. VWAP played out. Have a look how VWAP from yesterday played out as a key support. Have a look. In what cases this stuff will be really useful for you when you understand what is the trend direction. And have a look at this moment what's going on. Price moves above VWAP, and at this moment VWAP as a key support for BTC. Have a look on this example. Price moved from this red area into this green area, and have a look after that again. after that again. That's example for you how sometimes these areas will be really good for BTC. Have a look at this one. Bounce it from this area again into this green area. This example, this area, this area, this area, this area. This example on BTC, pumped. Have a look. VWAP as a key support, VWAP as a key support. This day, have a look. Price started session, moved around VWAP, and here VWAP became key support. Key support, key support, key support. As you can see, VWAP, what about VWAP? Have a look on this. From this deviation into this deviation zone. Okay, thank you for stream, by the way. You're welcome, happy to see you here. Tell me about Fed interest rate decision and how it affect markets and why. It affect markets because money supply change. Have a look on this stuff. Why globally Fed really matters for us? Because many people, when they analyze Fed interest rate, have a look on this stuff. What is this thing? Here it is a COVID, and during COVID, balance of Fed increased money supply from 457 trillions to 21, nearly 22. That means nearly 40% of all entire money supply were created since February 2020 until February 2022, approximately 1.5 years. It is money that were printed. As more people money have, as more money people have, people can use that money to buy some stuff, especially when Fed gave stimulus packages to a lot of people. What they did with those money, they started buying stocks, crypto, all of this stuff, because they didn't care a lot about those money. And during that time, there were another stuff. During that time, it is exactly this chart. Interest rate dropped. Fed started printing money and interest rate dropped. And have a look where it was, March 2022. Guess what happened with BTC at that time? Yaroslav, yes. Have a look. Have a look on this stuff. March 2020. BTC rose by 1,500%. Why? Because two things happened together. They dropped interest rate and they started printing money. How does this affect a market? Your thoughts, Martinez. What's your thoughts? Why is this stuff important? It is the last questions, guys, for today. Yes, you can check VWAP from last day, because quite often it also works as a good support resistance. Okay. I see you don't show to me. Maybe you don't understand this. cheap to borrow money loans, so people can easily invest into stuff, crypto. Yeah, guys. Imagine you have any asset, you have house, you can take loan from that house and pay 2% interest per year. What this stuff means that you and you buy crypto that rose by 1,500%. A lot of liquidity, a lot of money that people have on the market. But at this moment, with this interest rate, if you take loan from your house, instead of paying 2% per year, you pay 10. That's really different amount of money, and this stuff calls quantity tightening, because for people it's harder to borrow money, it costs more money, and they need more margin in their businesses to do this stuff. And during the time, Fed take out of the market. Because of that, we had two trends. Fed started taking money out of the market, and interest rates started rising. And because of that, we had this stuff. That's why this cycle works. When you have a cycle when Fed start printing a lot and drop interest rate, it's a good periods for market to rise. When you have periods when Fed tells, remember that Fed told in November that they will start a rising interest rate, and have a look how market dropped. That's why interest rate really important. But interest rate important only on a macro level, because they promised to increase interest rate in November, but actually they started rising interest rate only in the first month of 2022. Here they promised to that they will rise interest rate, and only here they started rising. And have a look, here they promised, and here only they started rising. Market expectation also matter for all of this stuff, and market expected that there would be a tightening and better to sell assets before it will drop. And because of that, crypto already dropped by 50% before actual start of interest rate increase, and after that additional 62% when interest rate increase already started. That's it. Okay, friends, thank you for your time. Within few weeks, within several months, I will do another stream with VWAP with more better examples. At this moment, I ask you to write some feedback. If you would write at this moment a feedback about this stream, for me it would be really important because it gives energy, desire to record for you, to work and help you. At this moment, what would be really good if right now in this chat you would type few words about this stream. It would be really good. About Fed and about money supply, honestly, it's good topic for another stream, because that stuff gives to us understanding how global market works, because money supply gives to us, because money supply, guys, gives to us good understanding about global trends for years, for months. For a local perspective, Fed interest rate increase will not help us, because we need accurate entry ideas. Yeah, guys, thank you. Guys, it will take time, but I promise to you, you will understand this. Just do it step by step, and everything will come to you. Thank you for your time. Bye.